Rahi Forest movement. Several people are involved, from students of all age, from colleges to schools or corporates, government officials, farmers, villagers.
Hello everyone. Hi. So you enjoyed the show before this? Yes? Yes? Very nice. Can we have the presentation? Okay, fine. So I am Prasiddhi. I'm coming from Tamil Nadu to this literature festival, and I have come over here. I'm 12 years old and I study in 7th grade. Yes. And I have come over here to represent Zen Alpha. So how many of you know Zen Alpha? Have you heard of it? You know? Yes? Yes, the generation that was born after Gen Z. So all of us, most of us over here actually are Zen Alpha, the younger generation. So now that I told you I'm 12 years old, do you know what I have done? Why have I come over here? No? No, right? So I'm 12 years old and till now I have planted 1,50,000 trees in 110 different locations. Yes, 1,50,000 trees at the age of 12. Thank you. And my journey, I did not start it yesterday. I was this small. Since then I have been doing tree plantations and taking efforts. And today I want to share with you my journey as a young leader. How did I become a change maker? How did I make an impact? So today I want to focus on a few things. The first one is my journey. How did I start? How did I make an impact? I received Prime Minister National Child Award. I represented Tamil Nadu in United Nations Climate Change Conference, all at the age of 12, before the age of 12. So how did I do that? And that is what we will be focusing on. So our first point is my journey from idea to impact. Next slide. Because it is one thing to have an idea. Now I will pick one of you. Tell me, what do you want? Who do you want to become in the future, or what do you want to do in the future? Yes. Writer. Wow, you are at the perfect place. Literature festival. So you want to become a writer. Now, a book will not be written by itself. You need to write. You need to work hard. You want to be fiction or non-fiction? Not decided? No? Okay. But even if you want to be a fictional author or a non-fictional author, you need to write it. You need to come up with the idea. And that is how I also came with the idea. And I want to share how did I make that idea a reality. So this is me, okay, when I was just 2 years old. Younger than all of you over here also. From always, I have really loved nature, admiring the rustling of leaves, the buzzing of bees as a little baby. You know, looking at nature, learning from nature, looking after it. But then, and I live in Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu, like Kerala, is near the coast and near the sea. And in Tamil Nadu, I live in a district called Chengalpattu. So you can see it is right near the sea. And in 2016, a cyclone hit Chengalpattu, a very bad one. Varda cyclone, and I'm sure being in Kerala, you all understand how devastating, how terrible these cyclones are. So when this was hit, as a little 4-year-old baby who has always, really been connected with nature, admired nature, and trees have always been like my friends. So when I saw these trees getting uprooted, how many of you like nature? Everyone? Okay. So how many of you like trees? Lovely. Have you planted a tree? How many of those who over here have planted a tree? How many have planted 5 trees? How many have planted 10? Okay. So my journey started in a similar way. I've always really liked nature. But when this cyclone happened, I was so sad to see the trees fall and to see all the birds, squirrels, monkeys jumping, flying. And that's when I said, I want to do something for them. Because I was sad and I thought that just by crying, just by being angry, I cannot make a difference. How many of you agree with me? Yes? Just by thinking about it, you cannot do it. So I took a very simple step. I decided I will do tree plantation because for me that was the simplest, easiest and direct way to start my journey. So I decided to do tree plantation. And I participated in can we go to the previous slide? Participated in tree plantation drives from the age of 4 to the age of 6 for 2 years. From 2016 to 2018, I went in tree plantation drives. Now you will think, what am I doing over there? You just need to plant the sapling and you need to water it and you need to look after it. No, but I met with NGOs, experts, villagers, farmers. I did it myself. I learned indigenous trees, native trees, which are important for the soil. I learned how to do the plantation, how to look after the trees, because you need to plant it and then you need to maintain it also. So after learning all this, at the age of 6, there was this huge tree plantation happening and it was about to end. And I was very sad. You know, the tree plantation is ending, I want to continue this. And I thought, what can I do? So I had heard somewhere that the whole tree plantation drive with a few media groups and other people in collaboration was of 1 lakh trees. The whole tree plantation drive. And I said that I want to do it myself. And that's when, at the age of 6, I took the mission to plant 1 lakh trees. Now, there was this person near me. Everyone knew me because I came regularly. You know what he said? He said, Prasiddhi, do you even know how many zeros are there in 1 lakh? Because at the end of the day, I was only 6 years old. So I replied that, there are 3 in 1,000, 4 in 10,000, 5 in 1 lakh. And I understood that this person thinks that I am small. This person thinks that I cannot make a difference. And I said that you might think I am small, but I have the power of a candle. A small candle can light up the entire room, right? Whenever it is dark, we light a candle. 1 small candle. All of us over here, we are like candles. We can light up the planet. We might be small, but we can make a difference. And with that in my mind, I took this mission to plant 1 lakh trees. Now, planting a tree, doing a tree plantation is not as easy as it sounds. There is a lot of planning. What will I plant? Where will I plant? Who will look after it? What is the main cause for it? All these questions were in my mind. And I was only 6 years old. So what did I do? These 2 years, when I was just planting trees, learning from people, doing all the hard work without any goal, I used that knowledge and I said, okay, where will I plant? I decided I want to plant in schools with all of you, amazing children like you, because you like nature and I will tell you about nature. You can look after the plants and I can also create the forests over there. So I'm spreading awareness and also taking action. The second thing was, which trees should I plant? So I knew I want to plant native trees that are good for the soil, that can grow easily. And I decided to plant fruit trees. How many of us like fruits over here? Yes? Tell me your favorite fruit. Orange. Okay, someone over here who likes a fruit from Kerala. Yes. Banana, exactly. Now, banana over here is a native tree. It grows over here. It grows in Kerala. It grows in Tamil Nadu. And similar to that, mango, guava, lemon, pomegranate, trees like these, plants like these, I decided that I will create my fruit forest so that children like us can go in the fruit forest, pluck the fruits and eat them directly. And the third thing was, I decided I want to do it for biodiversity. Some of you might be knowing about biodiversity, some of you might not. Biodiversity is the life on earth, right? All the life on earth, the birds, the squirrels, the tigers, the giraffes, humans, everybody. We all are life and come under biodiversity. So when I saw in Varda cyclone birds, squirrels, everyone, and I had this question in my mind, and I want to ask all of you also, listen carefully. Have you ever seen any bird or squirrel? Okay, have you ever seen any bird or squirrel swiping their credit card in the grocery store for fruits? No? No? No one has seen? I have also not seen. And the thing is, because they can only eat fruits from the trees. So if there are no fruit trees, if there are only beautiful flowers and plants like that, I'm not saying they are bad, but if there are no fruit trees, where will they eat from? And that is why I decided I will plant in schools, I will plant fruit trees, and I will support birds, squirrels, and biodiversity. Now, one part of it is thinking and planning, and like I have been saying, the other part is what? You think and then? Yes, implement. You need to act, you need to do it. Now I had decided where I will do the forest. So just imagine a 6-year-old girl, okay, a 6-year-old girl going to the principal, going to the headmasters of the schools and saying, I'm 6 years old, I want to do a tree plantation. How many of them would have said yes? Exactly. No one, because everyone was appreciating, and I understand how can someone give a land to a 6-year-old girl who is very new to this field, who has nothing. Now I have lots of, I have built a network, I have built my own organization, but that time I was only a 6-year-old girl with a huge dream. So what will I do? But still, I went to so many school principals, I met with so many people, but I was determined and I was motivated that I want to make a difference, that I want to do something. And so, finally, one person agreed. One person. Yes, that is right. And that was the happiest day of my life. Then I knew that I had to do the tree plantation. But from where do we buy the saplings? Does anyone know? From where do we buy saplings? From the nursery, yes, where they have the saplings. And what do you have to do to get the saplings? You have to pay money, yes. From where will I get that money to plant 1 lakh trees? Money as in funding. From where will I get the funding to plant 1 lakh trees, which was a huge amount. So at that point of time, I decided to sell bookmarks, paper pencils, grow kits, take these small efforts and small initiatives so that I can fund my project. Then I did different campaigns. I said, I'm creating a fruit forest. Will you support me? I go to so many events with different products. Now I have other different kits also. In fact, I started taking online sessions during COVID for children, connecting with them, sharing it with them around the world with lots of people. Yoga sessions to raise funds. How many of you here like painting? Yes? All of you over here, right? I also really like painting. So I used it as my tool to spread awareness about nature, about our planet, to share and to raise funds through it. Then still, I was not able to get enough funds. So what did I do? I went to my friends and I created this small circle of a few children, and I created my own kids army. Kids army in which we used to go door to door to collect fruit seeds for fruits, and from different houses. We would say we'll come next weekend, eat the fruit, save the seeds, dry them. And I collected seeds from gardens, different places. I created my own community nursery. I said, why should I buy from someone else? I will create my own nursery. And then finally my journey started. My saplings were ready. So the school, pit preparation, preparing the land, preparing the soil. And I'm very grateful to all the gardeners who have supported me, because they are very important before the plantation, in the plantation, after the plantation. How many of you think that saying thank you is important? Yes? How many of you think that without thank you, you cannot become successful, or without thank you, you cannot do something? Few of you? Let me tell you that without thank you, you cannot do anything, because gratitude matters. I showed gratitude to them. I showed gratitude to the trees. I said thank you to them, because only when you thank someone will they support you. And trust me, I got my results one by one forest, another forest, so many different places, tree plantation drives with villagers, farmers. Until now, I have planted 1,50,000 trees in 110 different locations. Now, as part of this, there were 5 things that I did. The first one, so how many of you also want to become a young leader? Yes? All of you want to be an author. What do you want to be? Doctor? Yes? You? Teacher? You? You want to be a forest planter. Wow, so good to know about that. You? Huh? Engineer. Wow, big round of applause. You, all of you. You know, someone wants to be a doctor, someone wants to be an engineer, someone wants to be a forest planter, a teacher, a writer. Beautiful. Now, to become someone like this, I have a secret mantra for all of you. How you can become, okay? What did I do? So the first thing I did was be motivated. I really admired nature, you know, I learned from nature. Do you know how I got the idea to collaborate with other people? I saw bees. We all know that bees pollinate flowers, yes? And then flowers give nectar to the bees, correct? So I saw this as a partnership. It is called symbiosis, but I saw it as a partnership and I realized that I can also collaborate with other people in a similar way so that my impact can be larger. So I learned from nature, I got inspired from nature. Then I started my journey and I realized how important it was to keep learning, to stay updated, to learn from other people, to learn from books, from different things. This literature festival, sharing knowledge is so important because until and unless we are not aware, until and unless we don't know about it, very soon our knowledge will get old and then we will not be able to stay updated with the world. Then explore, because you can be motivated, you can know about things, but it is time to take action. So what did I do to take action? I raised funds, I did activities. In your case, you gain inspiration, learn about things. If it is becoming a forest planter, start your journey by learning about how trees are planted. Or if you want to be a writer, then start creating short stories or doing things that can help in your journey. Then take action. Now, finally, you have a plan. It is time to take action. And there is one more element, take action and stay strong. Because I face so many challenges, starting from convincing people that a 6-year-old girl, a 7-year-old girl, even now at the age of 12, a 12-year-old girl can make a difference. But believe in yourself. So no matter whatever challenge comes, whatever problem comes, it can be anything, even our exams. My exams are coming very soon. I also have to prepare, I also have to travel, do so many things, but don't be worried because of that. And then collaborate. Always collaborate with other people, your friends, learn from people, learn from others, increase your network, make it bigger so that your impact can be larger. So what is the first step? Second one? Fourth one? And fifth one? Amazing. And what I was telling you was that everything will not happen in few days, you know. Everything will not happen suddenly. You need to work hard and you need to be patient. I'm not saying I am successful. I'm saying I'm still learning. All of us are actually. And my journey started like this. And now I have forests all across. I have done lots of different things that I'm grateful for. But this happened in 7 years. Now 8 actually, but more and more. And there is so much more coming up. So believe in yourself and have patience is what I have learned. And remember that groundwork is the key to success. Can anyone identify where am I? Yes, that little girl? Yes, that is me. And I'm looking and I'm putting seeds. Yeah, I'm putting seeds into the packet and soil. And I did it myself and I still do because only when I do it am I able to learn, come up with new ideas. So groundwork is the key to success. Now, why did I do all this? Why is planting trees important? Right? I can be an artist, I can be an author, and all of that is great. But why planting trees? You know, huh? Because I like nature. Exactly. To help? Yes, to help nature. All of you are correct. Yes? To save the earth. But how many of you know that our earth is in danger? Yes? Do you know what we call it? Huh? Global warming. Correct. Anyone else? Devastation. Okay. Huh? Pollution. Okay. Deforestation. Correct. You know, air pollution or plastic pollution, deforestation. Wildfires, yes, recently the LA wildfires that happened, all of this is so sad. And you can also term it as climate change that we all have heard about, global warming, as rightly mentioned. So, when I got to know about all of this, I decided I wanted to make a difference. Because do you know that by 2040, so by 2040, 1 in 4 children will be living in areas with extreme water shortage. Or by 2050, there will be more plastic in the sea than fish. How many of you like forests? Yes? Do you know that by 2100, all the rainforests will be gone? No forests. No forests at all. That is why I got sad. And I said, I want to do something for them. Now, I want to introduce you all to a very interesting terminology. Okay, this is something I learned about later on. But it is called Anthropocene. Can you repeat it? Anthropocene. Correct. So the Anthropocene is the geological age of our planet when human activity was dominant. So on Earth right now, what is happening? There are factories, there is car pollution, all of these things, plastic waste, correct? So all of this is because of whom? Because of humans. Because we don't dispose our waste properly, because we generate lot of emissions. So this time, okay, this time when our Earth is getting impacted, it is called, I just told, what is it called? Anthropocene. Repeat it after me. Anthropocene. Yes, the Anthropocene. And I decided that I wanted to change, at least a small contribution from my side. We all can do that, okay? Lovely. Now, I want to share 3 challenges because wherever I go often I am asked, what were the problems you faced? So very quickly, the first one was funding, as I mentioned to you. But I learned about 1%. I went to 100 people and out of them 1 person turned out to me. Sometimes not even 1 person. But still I kept myself motivated by looking at the trees, by looking at nature, learning from them that all right, no problem, continue. Then a team. Always make friends, make your community people you trust, people who can support you. And I am grateful for the amazing community I was able to build of amazing change makers, because people who can tell you if you are making a mistake, people who will not always just appreciate you but also support you. And the third thing was accessing resources. So as a 6-year-old girl, what did I have? What did I have? To plant trees. Love for nature, yes, I only had that. I had a dream, but then one by one, lots of ideas came to me, opportunities came to me, and through this, I built my ecosystem. And now this is my impact. I have created a butterfly garden, a mangrove forest in 110 locations, planted these trees, 150,000 seeds I have collected in 20 countries. I have mobilized 80,000 plus people. But all of this would not have been possible without a dream, without my love for nature. Because of that, I was able to achieve and build a global reach also. Next slide, please. And now in 200 plus schools of Tamil Nadu, or in 200 schools, I am creating green brigades, where I am giving a free fruit sapling to every child. I am telling them about the environment. And now 1,000 plus awareness sessions and workshops across 80,000 countries. And slowly, because of this, I was featured on National Geographic. I received Prime Minister National Child Award. I was a speaker at G20. Different opportunities, places where I got featured, where I got the opportunity to share about my work. And I kept continuing my journey, more and more events. Now, beyond tree plantation, I also focused some of my recent events where I was there. Beyond tree plantation, I also focus on lake restoration, agroforestry, connecting with people, climate education programs in schools, in other places. In United Nations, I represented India as one of the youngest delegates in connecting with people, sharing about my work. And now in these different places, I have been featured. Yes. In fact, just day before yesterday, I was at one of the events where I represented UNICEF as their child champion, and at the Tamil Nadu Climate Summit, and talking about the difference that I can make. So how did I actually plant 1 lakh trees? My secret were 2 things: belief and gratitude. Because for me, when I believed in myself and when I had faith, how many of you think that you can achieve your goal? Yes, you can achieve your goal. That is what is needed, because only when you think you can do it, you are able to do it. And the second thing is always show gratitude. Always say thank you to everyone. How many of you say thank you to your parents or teachers every day? Yes, because they support us. They empower us. Anyone who supports you. If it is your friend, say thank you. If someone gives you a pencil or someone helps you, always say thank you. Because that is very important. Even during my conversation with our Honorable Prime Minister, he told me 3 things. He told me to believe in myself. And if I have a sankalpa, okay, sankalpa is if I have a dream or something I've decided to achieve, then I need to stick to that. And I need to have regularity. Regularity towards whatever I'm doing. The second thing was, if I have a goal, if you decide you want to do something, keep working hard for it until you achieve it. And the third thing was to stay humble, because that is so important, and that is something he told me. I also believe that if you'll not stay humble, if you'll stay humble, you'll never stumble. And with that in my mind, I kept going on. Now it is your turn to make a difference, your turn to be able to make an impact. And will anyone tell me, what do you think is the most important thing to become a successful person or to achieve your goals? The most important thing. Yes, you need to think it and you will achieve it. Yes. Believe in yourself. Hard work, perfect. Anyone else? Yes. Smart work, perfect. Have a dream, amazing. Have a goal. Teamwork, exactly, very important. Yes. Patience. Anyone else? Be humble and show gratitude. Beautiful. You all have been able to understand what I've been trying to tell you. And if you will follow this, no one will be able to stop you in achieving whatever you like. And that is why I have different initiatives, courses and programs. I think we can move on. So this is one of the initiatives called Learn to Lead, where for children, for schools, we have a program where online I give sessions, and alongside that we also have resources that you can access and learn from, and various different programs through which you can get a badge in a gamification platform. This is for higher students. And now, before I move towards the conclusion of today's session, how many of you got a chance to see the book hall? Yes, all of you? I think you might be going again, I'm not sure. But if you do, and all the others also, my first storybook, okay, I wrote my first storybook in November last year, and now I have a bigger goal, a bigger mission that I want to achieve. Do you want to know about it? Yes? So my new mission is planting 10 million trees. Yes, planting 10 million trees. And it is a huge mission. Sometimes, okay, my right brain has that, okay, I want to achieve this goal, I want to do it. And then the other side of my brain is saying, Prasiddhi, do you think you can do it? You're still only 12. Will you be able to plant 10 million trees? Do you think I will be able to plant? Yes? Wow, thank you so much for your belief in me, because that really matters to me. And that is why, if you also want to support me, please go and take this book. How many of you like stories? Storybooks, yes? So this is a storybook, adventure. Have you heard of the Amazon rainforest? And what is it? The largest? Yes, it is the largest rainforest in the world. And I will be going to Brazil soon this year. And this is a book that talks about the importance of Mother Nature, talks about different animals, birds, a journey, an adventure through the entire forest. So would you like to read it? Yes? So you can get this storybook in the book hall. Yes, correct. Thank you for reminding me. In the book hall of Mathrubhumi Literature Festival. And I launched it at COP29 at United Nations with the Minister of Tourism for Brazil and with a lot of different global content creators. And I hope that you all get an opportunity to have this book. Yes, so I want to say that the best way to predict the future is to invent it. Whenever you think of the future, you want to create a future, the best way is to invent it. And do you know who invents the future? Who invents the future? Huh? God, okay, yes, that is correct. But otherwise, who is able to create the future? Leaders. Leaders, exactly. I want to ask you a very quick question. What do you think is important to be, like leadership qualities to be a leader? Or what makes a leader different from other people? No, no, what makes a leader different from other people? Huh? Cooperation, okay. Okay, lovely. What makes a leader different? What makes a leader? Responsibility. They always have a goal in their mind. So all of this is correct. Time management, communication, showing the way, leading the way, doing these different things, time management. But you know what makes a leader different? They make a difference. They change something and they do something unique. That's what makes a leader different. So how many of you want to be a leader? So don't raise your hand. I want you to, whenever I ask you this question, I want you to do, oh yes. Okay? So how many of you want to be a leader? Oh, yes. How many of you want to be a leader? Oh, yes. Will you be a leader? Yes. Oh, yes. Lovely. This quotation, we can conclude. So before I end, I want to share a very special quote with you that I wrote. And this is something that inspires me every day. Dream high, higher than the sky, think deep, deeper than the ocean, and act like trees, bees, and seas. So will you remember this? Keep it in your mind. Yes? Dream high, high. Can you repeat it after me? Okay. Dream high, higher than the sky. Think deep, deeper than the ocean. And act like trees, bees, and seas. Lovely. You want to write it? Okay. Yes? Huh? Oh, உங்களோட மதர் டங் தமிழ் இருக்கு. Wow, உங்களோட பேர்? Huh? Devashri. Okay. Tamil? Oh, wow, huh? Wow, lovely. Wow, so good to see you. ரொம்ப நல்லா. Huh? Oh, your father is Tamil Nadu. நீங்க எல்லாரும் எப்படி இருக்காங்க? நல்லா இருக்காங்க? Yes? Enjoy பண்றாங்க? Yes? Lovely. Okay, are you done? Yes? Lovely. So I hope you all enjoyed this session. Please don't forget to take this book. And before I give it to Nandana, I would like to say, will you all become a leader? Did you all enjoy this session? Will you all be a leader? Will you make a difference? Amazing. Thank you so much.
Now, let's move to the Q&A session. Yeah? Dear friends, please feel free to engage with our guest and ask your questions by raising your hand from there, and I will bring the mic over to you. Please tell your name as you do. Yeah?
So, anyone has any questions? Yeah? Okay, please. Your name and you can say your question.
My name is Minna. I am studying in 6th
Your name
standard.
is?
Minna.
Minna. Okay.
My request is to the organizers. I just want to make Prasiddhi Chechi to plant a tree in Kanagakun.
Well, I would love to do that with you. I leave on 7, that is tomorrow. But what I would like for you to do is you can plant a tree and please send me a picture of that. And what I can do is I can share a certificate with you as a dedication to show how happy I am about your initiative, because if you plant a tree with me or without me, it will support the planet and that will make me happy. Thank you so much, Minna. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Yes.
Ma'am, my name is Ashwinda Jarvi. I am studying in class 5B.
Okay.
What is your parents' name?
My mother's name is Stuti and my father's name is Praveen. Yes. Yes.
Do you know how after the extinction of Mesozoic era the plants grow up?
What?
After the Mesozoic era, how the plants grow up?
As in you mean after extinction? After extinction? Well, the idea of extinction is that the trees will not be able to grow after that. Because extinction refers to the fact, your question is after extinction, how will trees grow? Right? So extinction is practically a period when all the trees, plants, or birds or life species that disappear from the planet. So for instance, the Ice Age, that was a form of an extinction, where because of the Ice Age, all the trees and plants or the dinosaurs at that point of time, they disappeared because of that. And now it is assumed that the 6th mass extinction is coming. So if we don't do something, maybe us humans, we or other plants or animals, they might disappear. Okay?
Ma'am, my name is C.K. Vaiga Krishnan of 5C. I wanted to ask you this question. Did your parents supported you?
My parents supported me, and they were a backbone for me, you know, because whenever I came up with ideas like this, they always said yes. They never said no to it, even though I was a 6-year-old girl, even though not just that, any idea that I came up with, I want to go here, I want to do this, they never said no. They always empowered me, so I'm definitely very grateful to my parents. Yes.
Ma'am, my name is Veda Gogol and I am from class 5C. You said that so many people disagreed when you asked to can I plant a tree? Who's that person who agreed to you?
Very good question, Vedana.
Veda.
Okay, sorry. Very good question, Veda. So there is this panchayat village called Anjur in Tamil Nadu, and over there was the Anju Government Higher Secondary School. And I went over there and I told the headmaster that I want to do this tree plantation. First, he was a little hesitant, but I spoke to him 2-3 times and I convinced him to plant 500 trees with me for the school children, and from there my journey started. And it was an amazing project because I had raised funds, my first plantation with everyone. So I was very happy. Thank you for that question, Veda.
Hi Prasadi, my name is Akanksha. I am studying 4th standard. I have 2 questions. First one, how did you feel when you planted your first tree?
Okay, next question.
And the last question is, did you ever thought that you would plant so many trees?
Question, before I answer that, I want all of you to give a big round of applause for her. I was just told now that she left her school and came today especially for my session. Thank you so much. And she mentioned about me in one of her project work, and thank you for that question. Please sit down. Only these 2 questions, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So your question, the first one, that my first tree, right? It was a very special feeling. It was actually a seed that I had planted, and I was actually in the park, in the garden, and something fell. Okay, just listen. It's a very beautiful story. Something fell from the sky. I thought, what is it? I thought, is it a gift from the angels? Did the tree give me a gift? What happened? And I quickly picked it up and kept it in my pocket. Then I went to, I was play school. I was only 1.5-2 years old, and I went back for snacks. I was very excited. Later on, when my parents came, I went into their lap and I asked them, Mama, Dada, what is this? They told me it is a magical pod. A magical pod. Yes, exactly. That was my face too. And then I said, what magic does it have? So they said, let's go home and we'll show you. So we went home to see the magic of the magical pod. We took a pot, put some soil into it, put the little magical pod into it, and gave it water and kept it outside. You can sit down. I will. Yes. We kept it outside. I was very excited. I could not sleep the whole night because I was excited to see the magical pod. The next day I woke up, I went, nothing happened. And I was sad. I was very sad. And I went to my mom and I said, what happened? Where is the magic? She told me, if you want to see the magic, you need to have patience. So I was calmly waiting, and after a few days, finally, a little shoot came in it, a little green color shoot, and I was so happy. It was the happiest day for me. I was overjoyous, and from there my first seed was planted. That was a seed, of course, but I was introduced to it as a magical pod. And your second question is, did I know I will plant so many trees? Well, let me tell you that if I had not seen the goal to plant so many trees, I would have never planted it. So only when you think big, only when you dream big, just it can be anything, something no one is, something that never happened. Those are often the best dreams. Think of it, think of something large, outside the box, but act outside the box also. And because of that, I was able to achieve my goals. So of course, I thought about it, only then I was able to do it.
Tree you planned at the first time.
That's a good question. Even I don't remember. I think it was I remember the kitchen garden I made and the flowers, but the tree was a pomegranate tree, if I'm not wrong, a pomegranate or a mango tree. One of these, now that I've planted so many trees, but that is a good question. I will go back and think about it for a while. Thank you so much for that question. Your name? Maitri. Okay, thank you for that question, Maitri. Maiti? Maidini. Okay, sorry. Maithili. Oh, good name. Maithili, thank you so much for that question. Yes.
Ma'am, my name is Guru Barwan. I am studying in 5th standard. So the question I want to ask you is that what is the basic thing that made you a different person, that made you think that you can plant as many trees as you can?
Very nice question. What made me a different person? So what made me a different person was I think it was nature and dreaming. You know, dreaming and believing. How many of you think that if you dream it, you can do it? All of you. And that is the secret, okay? This is a very open secret. You all would have heard dream it and do it, but that is what changed me. Because when I thought about it, I started to work on it, and now I have the perfect answer for you. What changed me was nothing. Because change does not happen suddenly, that I started dreaming about it and it happened. I started believing in myself and it happened. I drank a magic potion and it happened. Or I met with someone who gave me magical powers and it happened. No, it never happens like that. It isn't one day or one moment that can change you. It is hard work that will change you. And I hope that moving on in the future, I change more and more towards better. So my answer to your beautiful question would be that change is ongoing. Just like Matrabhumi's, I was seeing tagline, right? The only thing that is constant with time is change. So similarly, change only happens if you keep working with it and working towards it. So my answer would be that always keep continuing, working towards it, and you will become a different and better person. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Any questions? Yes.
Hi, my name is Tia. I'm studying in 5th.
Okay, hi Dia.
Hi. So who motivated you to do this? Who motivated you to plant trees?
I've really been inspired from nature, as I was telling you, you know, admiring nature, learning from trees, beasts, seas. But then at the age of 4 in 2016, does anyone remember what happened? Cyclone came. Yes, Varda cyclone came. I was very sad and I decided I wanted to do something. So I started participating in plantation drives, and at the age of 6, then I decided I want to do a tree plantation of my own. And from there I took a target and it went on. And for me the biggest motivation was nature. Trust me. Thank you for that question. Yes.
Where did you plant first tree?
Where did I plant my first tree? First tree, you know, you all are asking me about my first tree, but the truth is, for me, all my trees are very special and very important. But my first tree, my first seed or sapling was in the pot, the magical pot that I told you about, yes. And then my first tree was in, I think it was in the tree plantation drives where I was participating. That is where I learned how to do it and how the process works. Thank you for that question.
What is your dream now to achieve more about reforestation?
10 million trees. Wow, everyone answered for me. Thank you so much. My mission, my dream is actually to heal our earth. Okay, it is a huge mission and 10 million trees is a part of it. But otherwise, I think you want to ask what I want to do in the future? Yes? In the future, I want to be, you know, you will be surprised to hear this. But in the future, my goal is to be a good human being. Yes. Because we all think of so many things, but being a good human being is the most tough thing for me. And I feel that this is what is needed. All of us, we make mistakes, and all of us have our own problems and challenges, but only when we actually learn about it, when we think about it, when we improve ourselves, we be kind to other people, will we be able to be a good human being. So that is my main goal, and otherwise, obviously, I want to continue in my field. Thank you so much for that question. Last one. Okay, fine, yes.
Which is your favorite fruit?
Is actually two, mango and strawberry.